back to Pop Zero. Today we are going to be doing something different, okay? We're going to be doing something different that we haven't done on this channel yet, but we're doing it right now. So now, yeah. So today we are going to be reacting to this one lady that is addicted to eating cornstarch. You can literally see it on the title. It says, "Woman addicted to cornstarch. Freaky eaters only human." What does that mean? There's multiple humans on this earth. Didn't you know that? Whatever. Let's get into it. That's a lot of words I'm not going to read. You can take a screenshot if you want to, because I ain't going to read it.
A freaky eater is someone who takes an eating habit to an extreme.
34-year-old Nikki has a hardcore obsession with cornstarch.
Cornstarch is my best friend.
It's your best friend? Look what I paused it to. But cornstarch is your best friend. Okay, so it's your best friend. Okay. All right. But wait. She's eating her best friend. Whatever. I don't think cornstarch is your best friend because you're obviously eating it, so.
Daily, she downs 2 pounds of cornstarch.
I cannot stop eating it.
And
you can't stop eating it. Really. I don't have cornstarch. I don't know why, but I know it's a thickener. Cornstarch is a thickener for food, not for eating. Blech.
and lies to her husband about the extent.
Okay. Wait. She's lying to her own husband. It's so bad that she's lying to her husband. Okay. Continue.
Of her dangerous addiction.
But you're not going to let him know, right?
Can experts Dr. Mike Dow and JJ Virgin.
And JJ Virgin? What kind of name is that? Wait, what? Whoever made JJ Virgin, good for you, buddy. You are creative with names. Yes, you are.
What you got there? Whoa!
And Nikki's destructive diet.
I don't want to lose my family.
You're not going to lose your family. Your family is going to lose you. That's like the opposite there. Jeez. And why did it get to, I don't want to lose my family?
With just 1 week of intense therapy.
And you're choosing cornstarch over your family.
Yes, she is.
Or will their efforts go up in smoke?
Freaky eaters. I'm just telling you what it says. Nikki, sorry, that's her name. Addicted to cornstarch.
My wife, Nikki, is a freaky eater.
Charles, Nikki's husband.
34-year-old Nikki loves to eat cornstarch all day long.
Cornstarch is soft. It's very fine. It is so, so good. I cannot stop eating it.
Cornstarch doesn't have a taste. Okay, so she said it's so soft and it's so fine. Girl, it's some normal food. It's not that hard. You just gotta be like, cornstarch, yeah. Then you gotta be like, come on, lettuce.
She eats up to 2 pounds of cornstarch a day.
What?
That's 3,300 calories daily from cornstarch.
33,000 calories a day from this cornstarch? Are you kidding me?
Starch alone.
Cornstarch is normally used for thickening, baking, but me personally, when
Exactly.
I buy it, it's strictly for eating it. My mouth always watered for it.
You know, you're just going to the store, and then you just see this woman getting all kinds of cornstarch in her cart. Like, come on, give me it. It's mine all. All of it's mine. And then you come up to her and you say, excuse me, do you own a bakery? And then you say, no, it's for me, and for me only. And then you say, well, what for? Baking? Then she says, it's for me to eat. Only. You're like, you're talking to this woman again. Why?
The best. My first craving for the cornstarch started when I was pregnant.
It all happened when she was pregnant. Didn't even know that that could even happen. I believe that this is her son. Hello, Sonny. What's your name? George?
16 years ago.
6.
Most women, when they're pregnant, they normally crave like pickles and ice cream, things like that. But
Pickles and ice cream. Okay, I think she meant it like separated. Like, some people are addicted to ice cream, like they crave ice cream, and then some people eat pickles for that. I don't think she meant it together, because if she meant it together, that would be kind of gross.
my craving was cornstarch, and I would eat 2 to 3 boxes a day.
After the pregnancy, Nikki struggled to eat less cornstarch. But then a family tragedy brought back her habit in full force.
For a minute, I thought that the baby was a bag of cornstarch. That would have been just weird if, like in the picture, you're just holding your baby, but it's actually cornstarch. That would just be weird. So I'm glad it's an actual baby.
My son, Marquise, he was 4 years old. He was my youngest
Yep,
of
that's
4
her son.
children. He passed away
And his name isn't George, it's Marquise.
4 years ago due to a seizure. They couldn't resuscitate him.
Poor
Marquise was my life. I miss my baby.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to tell her, eat something other than cornstarch, and then I feel bad for her since, she lost her son in a seizure. Isn't that how Cameron Bioysk died? All right, let's not talk about that.
Since Marquise has been gone, I did start eating cornstarch more than I normally was. It is an escape for me. I have had health issues, stomach pain, and constipation.
She's really hurting herself with this.
Exactly. Stomach pain, everything that you're feeling, that's a sign. When you feel pain, that's giving you a warning to stop. So, girl, if you're getting stomach pains and everything else, you gotta be like, all right, I gotta close the addiction. Yep. But nope, it's already on YouTube now.
It's cornstarch. Right now, I think Nikki's eating 3 to 4 boxes a week.
Wow.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
Other than snacking on cornstarch throughout the day, Nikki only eats one normal meal, dinner, with her husband Charles. As a result, he doesn't.
How can you eat this? How? And then you want cornstarch. What does she have? Let's see. She has some chicken. She has a biscuit, macaroni and cheese. I think this is spinach. Girl, that's good. Except I don't really like spinach. I would rather have broccoli. Broccoli, not broccoli. I'd rather have broccoli. But still, girl, that's some good food.
Realize she's actually consuming 14 boxes a week.
Let me get the Louisiana hot sauce, okay?
Okay, man.
I hide cornstarch from Charles.
Oh, let me get the hot sauce, okay? All right. He doesn't even know. I'm going to get my cornstarch out of the pan from the wall.
I keep my cornstarch in sealed plastic bags all throughout the house. I keep it in my car, underneath the spare tire.
Underneath the spare tire? Are you serious? Wow.
I keep it in my purse. Charles would be so unhappy if he knew how much cornstarch I ate.
Well, maybe you should tell him and get it over with. It's worse when you hide it, okay? You just have to give it away. You have to tell the secret. Even if you don't want to, you have to. It's less hard because when it's out, it's out. It's done with. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right now.
Nikki eating cornstarch has caused friction between the two of us. I told her, either you get help or I'm out the door.
Or I'm out the door. He says, you would expect the man, Charles, whatever his name is, you would expect him to be like, you have to get help. You just have to. You either get help or I'm out the door. He acting like he's some kind of king. Well, buddy, you ain't some kind of king.
But Nikki can't imagine life without cornstarch.
Cornstarch is my best friend. I don't think I can stop eating cornstarch anytime at all.
Even Even though Charles isn't aware of the extent of his wife's addiction, what he does know has led him to call in freaky eater experts, Dr. Mike Dow and JJ Virgin, for a week of intense therapy.
Oh, hi there.
What you got there?
Oh! Are you serious? She shoved some cornstarch in her mouth like, and then they startled her, and then when she was trying to breathe out of her mouth, then cornstarch just says, it's like flour when you're baking and you're not experienced. It goes everywhere.
Nothing?
It's like smoke everywhere.
Nothing. I didn't know who these two people were, and I just felt busted.
We were sent by your husband, Charles. I'm Dr. Mike Down. I'm a psychotherapist specializing in disordered eating and addictive behaviors.
All right, so this says, Dr. Mike Dow. And I have no idea what this says, so.
Nice to meet you.
You
Nice
look
to
a little
meet you.
surprised to see
I'm
us.
JJ. I'm JJ Virgin. I'm a certified nutrition specialist
JJ
and a
Virgin.
certified health and fitness specialist. Hey, why are you in the back of your truck eating cornstarch?
My husband does not like for me to eat it. He is threatened if I didn't stop eating the cornstarch that my family would be torn apart. And I don't want that.
Yep.
So then why didn't you just stop?
I can't.
So why didn't you just stop? Dun. I can't!
Nikki's cornstarch addiction is dramatically affecting her marriage.
I just have to sneak. I eat it at work. I have some hidden in my flower pots.
Will you show us this?
Sure.
All right.
But you're not gonna let him know, right?
No, none of the information will come from us to your husband. JJ and I wanted to see exactly.
No, then right after she shows every single hiding spot, they're like, let's go tell him. Charles, guess what? Ha 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 ha. And then, relationship divorced. Ooh, divorced. Yeah.
Exactly where and how many places
Not gonna
she had
happen,
this
though.
cornstarch hidden.
One is in the closet in my jacket.
Nikki had cornstarch stashes literally all over the house. In the entry,
There's one.
in the living room,
Right here.
in the kitchen.
Literally everywhere. Like, bruh. She has it literally everywhere. So if her husband is in the kitchen, she'll go somewhere else and get her stash. Then when, say he's somewhere else, she'll go somewhere else and get her stash. Wow.
Like heroin stashed.
With her 16 years of cornstarch consumption, Nikki's at risk for some serious health issues. I would imagine that you would have stomach pains, gas and bloating. How often are you having bowel movements?
Maybe once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah.
Eating this amount of cornstarch could create a bowel obstruction. This could already be going on. You're choosing cornstarch over your family.
Well,
You're
I don't
choosing
think
it.
I am.
But your husband said that he would take the kids and leave.
You're not gonna tell him that I hid them, though, right?
You are going to be the one doing the talking here.
I have to tell him.
It's vital for Nikki to come clean to Charles. When it comes to addiction, the first step is being honest not only with yourself, but to those you love. How are you feeling right now?
It's sad. I don't want to lose my family.
What did I say earlier? You are losing your... You're not going to lose your family. Your family's going to lose you. And even if you don't die, then, yeah, girl, you. This could be a long video. You are going to lose your husband and your kids. Yeah.
And I do want to be healthy.
Nikki's obviously addicted to cornstarch. This is going to be a big challenge.
Nikki eats a frightening amount of cornstarch, devouring up to 2
A frightening. Yeah, so a frightening. That means bad. Frightening. If he says frightening, if a man says frightening, it's frightening.
boxes a day and hiding the evidence from her husband, Charles.
I don't think I can stop eating cornstarch.
It's time for a hefty dose of shock therapy so Nikki can come to terms with what cornstarch is doing in her life. You would not want to do the things we're about to do with you in your house.
We set up such a huge shock therapy for Nikki that we actually had to go to a warehouse to do it.
Wait till you see this. JJ and I pulled the cover off this pool to reveal the amount of cornstarch mixed with water that Nikki eats in a year. This is 1.5 feet deep.
This here,
1.5 feet. Wow. And that's how much she eats in a year. Wow. She only eats one meal and one actual meal a day with her husband, Charles. One meal. That's dinner. So it's like she gets dessert for her and dessert for breakfast and lunch. Who has... I mean, I get it. If, you know, like some people are addicted to carrots. Some people, you know, just wow. Wow.
is 739 pounds of cornstarch.
I was really shocked. This was so much in a year's worth. This isn't good for me.
Guys, did you hear that? Did you hear that? You know what she said? She said it isn't good for her. Wow, I did not know that, you know? I did not know that. Yes, I did. Finally, she said it.
What do you think's gonna happen if I walk on this?
You're gonna sink. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, is it like oobleck? Guys, if you don't know what oobleck is, I never played with it, but I know what it is. So basically, it's like this kind of liquid. So when you play with it, when you be all gentle with it, it's like a liquid. But when you smack it, it's really hard. I never made it before, but all it is cornstarch and water. That is what she's digesting, because her saliva is like the water mixing in there. Wow.
If you walk fast, you can walk right across it. Walk on water, JJ. Look at that. Then it was Nikki's turn. We wanted her to have the experience so she could feel the consistency.
Oh. I was fearful of sinking all the way to the bottom.
Oh.
Faster the better. Fast, fast, fast. Go, go, go. Walk, walk, walk.
I got shoes.
And there go the shoes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Look at that.
For 16 years, Nikki's body's had to process this thick, gooey, cement-like
Okay, so 16 years. Wow.
substance.
You can actually walk across it.
If Nikki continues eating cornstarch,
So if you go inside her mouth like whoopoo, and then you were like, wow, I can walk on this, but you had to run the whole time. I don't know. I say some weird stuff.
in the amounts that she is eating it, a blockage and surgery could be in her future.
That's crazy. I was thinking, this is what I have been consuming in my body. I was really, really worried, but I was trying not to show that.
We got one last thing to show you.
Come over here.
I was like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do to me next?
Exactly.
Gotta put some hazard clothing on.
I like that music.
Are you ready to see and experience what 6 months of your cornstarch looks and feels like?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
What?
Whoa, whoa!
It looked like a volcano had erupted.
That's cool, but then disgusting to know that she's been eating this for 6 months. That's just gross. And cool.
6 months. I was speechless of how much cornstarch was in that warehouse.
You should be.
Now that you've seen it, now that you've walked across it, inhaled it, what do you want to do with this in your life?
I want to give it up.
All right. I think Nikki's...
No, then she was just like, I want to eat it. That would be weird. And just, you know. But I'm glad that she said I want to give it up. I'm glad.
overall reaction is one of acceptance, of saying, yes, I do have a problem. A cornstarch snow angel here? You can walk across it, but it's not good for eating.
The experiment in the warehouse was a wake-up call for me.
Have a seat.
Now that Nikki realizes the extent of her problem, Dr. Dow wants her to confront the moment she's been dreading from the start.
Nikki needs to come clean to Charles about her addiction to cornstarch. I invite you to tell him what you feel comfortable.
I might as well be honest. I have been eating more cornstarch than you thought. Sometimes 2 boxes a day.
2 boxes? That was shocking to me right there.
I had a lot of hiding places, like in the trunk of the car, in the closet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this
Under the pan in the kitchen.
really don't got out of control. I didn't know that Nikki was hiding that much cornstarch from me. I was very upset about that.
You were dealing with so much pain. You miss Marquise?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's hard. You know, I go through it on a daily basis.
Wow. Marquise, you see what you did? Do you see what you did? Wow, seizures are just terrible. That's like one of my biggest fears. I think they're all people's biggest fears. Whatever. Let's stop talking about this.
I try not to show it, though, you know.
When Marquise passed away, what did you see in terms of your cornstarch consumption?
What I did when Marquise passed, I ate it a lot more, like 3 boxes a day.
It is an emotional addiction. You eat because you're not expressing your feelings. What Nikki was really needing was support and somewhere to go with her sadness.
Well, husband, Charles, what are you doing? If she needs support, then... Ew. What kind of husband are you, Charles? I'm just kidding.
I don't want her to go to cornstarch. I want her to go to her husband. If we take away cornstarch, we got to add something. And what we need to add is the strength of this marriage is you being able to go to your husband.
When you're hurting, I'm hurting too as well. You have to let me know. You have to be open to me as well.
From now on, my word is my bond.
If Charles can be there to support her, then Nikki can replace
His smile, dude. His smile.
that addictive behavior with affection from her husband.
Nikki has confronted the 739 pounds of cornstarch she eats in a year. And has come clean to her husband.
From now on, my word is my bond.
Now, Dr. Dow and JJ want to see what 16 years of a cornstarch diet have done to Nikki's body.
Nikki, this is Dr. Allegra.
It's gonna be a lot.
Nikki.
Because Nikki complains of severe stomach pains and has only 1 bowel movement a week, we needed a doctor to rule out any potential intestinal blockage. Dr. Allegra is a radiologist, so he's going to be able to look inside to see what's going on.
I'm like, okay, I hope nothing is going to be wrong.
You're getting a great look at your stomach. Hold it there.
You shall be very lucky if nothing will be going on. But girl, there's gonna be a lot going on.
What I'm going to do is have you drinking through a straw.
Dr. Allegra gives Nikki barium to drink, which will show up on the x-ray machine and reveal any blockage.
1 sip, 1 swallow. There you go.
I started to get very worried. Right now, I'm really concerned and I don't know what may be wrong with me.
How are you feeling?
It's scary. It has me really nervous. And I don't want to go through this.
No, because this is the easy part. What's scary is if they found a blockage and then you would have to have surgery, right? And it's a really very real consequence
Wait, why are the doctors with her? Where's the husband? Charles.
of your behavior.
Now she's really starting to realize that if she does not change her behavior, there can be some very serious medical consequences in her future.
Have a seat.
Behavior? Dude. I think you mean diet.
We took her to see Dr. Nicholas Karyotakis to review the results.
Starch is basically carbohydrate. In those quantities, it's hard to digest. You may develop diabetes. It is a real risk. So the good news
Is it a shock that you have diabetes? Yeah. I told you I say a lot of stuff on this my channel.
is that the x-rays that you took were normal. That means that the fluid that you ingested goes through your food pipe and the rest of your intestinal tract without any blockage.
Okay. There was a sense of relief, but I know that it can cause damage if I was to continue to eat cornstarch.
Now it's the time to act.
Sounds like the message here is it's not too late.
Exactly.
I felt that cornstarch was no longer my friend. I need to stop eating cornstarch.
Yes, first you thought it was the angel, but now it is the devil. Sound effects, man. Sound effects.
I'm done.
And now you say it's completely gone.
Because I have to.
Because you recognize that your health is at serious risk.
Yeah.
You never want to do that again? Well, and you don't have to.
Sounds like you're making a big first step.
Nikki got through her medical scare, and now she's ready to make a change. So I'm going to give her some tools so she'll know how to eat. I'm going to show Nikki some healthy eating options and give her a good substitute for cornstarch. I wanted to put foods at this table that had as many potential benefits for you as possible. I wanted to load her up with foods that are rich in zinc, protein, iron, all things that she hasn't been getting any of. You have to eat 3 meals a day, so you're too full to eat your cornstarch.
I normally eat 1 meal a day and cornstarch throughout the day. So this is a big change for me.
But I know that I can't just pull out the cornstarch, so I'm going to give you some strategies. I recognize that Nikki's going to have a craving for cornstarch for a while, and I think tapering is going to serve her better. We made a healthy rendition of her cornstarch by adding protein powder and fiber powder into it. I want you just to taste it.
Okay.
Before we know what she says, subscribe. If I'm gonna unpause it when you subscribe, okay? So let's see if you can subscribe in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Did you subscribe? Thank you. You are now blessed by my soul. Unpause.
Doesn't look like you're really liking that so much.
I don't.
Let's see if we can cut it a little bit more. I added a little more cornstarch.
That's better.
So we're going to wean you off cornstarch. I want to make sure that you succeed here. You know what's at stake.
Yes, I
Okay.
do. I think it's going to take me some time to wean me off of cornstarch. Thank you.
You are welcome.
How come you don't see anybody on this channel like, I'm addicted to eating carrots? They don't need any help because you know why? Because carrots are good for your eyes. But how come they aren't addicted to vegetables, man?
It's time for us to leave Nikki for 4 days, and we have some homework for her.
I want you to both write a letter to Marquise. The whole I'm going to deal with things by eating cornstarch, that's not working anymore. Honoring your son is going to be an important part of your emotional journey.
You must eat 3 meals a day. The stakes are high here.
We're going to be leaving with the tools, and we're going to be back to check on you.
Thank
All
you.
right? Good work.
Nikki is used to going to cornstarch for support and for solace. So if something stressful happens, Nikki might fall back to her old patterns. We'll see when we come back.
Having received good news with her test results and given alternative choices to cornstarch,
That's better.
Nikki is now on her own.
Got one of your favorites, right?
It was kind of hard the first day, eating 3 meals a day, but I know that that's what I need.
By day 3, Nikki's urges to eat cornstarch are growing stronger.
I have cravings for cornstarch every day. But when I do have that urge for cornstarch, I just go to my mixture with the protein and fiber. Too bad. I can see myself weaning myself away from the cornstarch totally.
On day 4, Nikki and Charles sit down to write letters to their son, Marquise.
Writing a letter to Marquise was very, very emotional.
Okay, so I'm saying, is it Marquise or Marcus? I think it's Marquise because you keep on saying it like that, but you know, I think you could say it either way, I don't know.
I was able to get things off of my chest. A lot of things I was holding in, a lot of pain. It's something that I should have done a while ago.
Nikki's been on her own for a few days, so JJ and I are coming back to see how she's done.
How did the homework go?
I have been eating my 3 meals a day.
Okay, so what about that cornstarch mixture?
I only had 2 bites today.
That's huge, Nikki, yeah.
If Nikki was able to last these last couple days with only a few tablespoons of cornstarch, I think she's going to do really well in the long haul.
Did you guys write those letters to your son, Marquise?
Yes, we did.
It was hard, but I feel that it was very well needed.
Now we have one more final surprise for Nikki and Charles. Now we want to take you somewhere really special.
Okay.
We took Nikki and Charles to a marina for their special surprise. What better place in the ocean to really be in touch with your feelings? Peek over your shoulder there? That's for you.
Oh my God. I was so surprised.
All right, let's
Are
get
you
on.
ready? JJ and I were going to be joining them on their afternoon cruise.
The biggest thing that you've let go of over the last couple days is this craving for cornstarch. We thought it would be very symbolic if you actually let the cornstarch go into the water for good. This was Nikki's final test. Is she really ready to let it go for good?
Leaving the cornstarch behind me, it's healthy for me, and I know that that's what I need.
What do you want to say to that cornstarch?
Healthier things, my family.
Good
It's way more
riddance.
important than the cornstarch.
You don't need that no more.
No, I don't.
I had you both write letters to Marquise. We would love to hear you both read your letters.
To my dearest beloved son, I miss you, son, so much. And I love you with all my heart. You will always be remembered for the rest of my life.
I have been getting help with eating cornstarch, son. I pray that it helps. I am willing to give it up because I do want to live long. Know that I love you and always will from the bottom to the top of my heart and soul. I love you, son. Love, Mama. It was very emotional, and those were extra tears that I needed to release.
It was very emotional for me too. For me too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Before we left them, I wanted Nikki to do something with those letters. You read your letters to Marquise, and now it's time to send them. We had Nikki and Charles tie their heartfelt letters to the balloons, and then they released them together.
Ready? All right.
This is how I used to do it, except I used to write some things on a balloon because when I lost my uncle when I was 5, still very sad, yes, I know. And I used to just write something on a balloon, like saying, like, I miss you, I love you, and then I used to let it go. That's what I used to do.
Off
didn't
and
do
the way
it
it goes, huh?
Yes.
It was like a letter going to heaven.
Still going.
This is something that will help them to heal. You got each other, you got your family.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of replacements for that cornstarch. Let that go.
It's been a long journey, but I have.
Before we arrived, Nikki was a lonely woman who was eating all of her feelings. Now, she's a woman who's getting her emotional needs met through her husband, through healthy eating, and through living a meaningful life.
I thank the both of you so much.
Nikki has a brand new life. I feel very confident that cornstarch is a thing of the past.
Thank you, JJ. After receiving all the tools from the experts, I'm hoping that I can wean myself off cornstarch completely. I do feel that I will succeed in the future.
You take care of each other, all right?
We will.
It says, Nikki has only eaten cornstarch once since the X parts left. And that is the end, guys. I hope you like this new video. It's been quite long. It is now 34 seconds, not seconds, 34 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm obviously going to make a part 2. This was fun to film. So yeah, bye.